This is the old Johnson guitar I got. I think I bought this thing. I must have had it 10-15 years. It's a left-handed Strat style. It's a Johnson. It's a cheapie. I paid about $125 for this. I got it at where did I get that? I got it at Musician's Friends. That's where I got it. Ordered it through the mail. This was like I think it was my third guitar. And like I probably told you before, I started out with very little money, and I was trying to get into playing guitar. I didn't have a lot of money, so like a lot of people, I bought this Johnson guitar, and it did me pretty good until I got the money to start doing better. And of course now I got, I don't know, half a dozen, well maybe more guitars. So but I got this down and noticed that it's been sitting up, and it's got all this, it kind of looks like mold. It's just been sitting around out here. My music room and guitar room is on the back of a shed. It's a nice shed, it's insulated, but still, that means I don't heat it all the time, and I don't cool it all the time. So the humidity might get high, the temperature might get pretty low or pretty high, and that gives room to let mold build up on your guitars. So you have to constantly be cleaning them, taking care of them. What I'm going to do is just wipe it down with a rag and get all this stuff off of it. And when I get done wiping it down, I'm not going to do no great job because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. But once I get done wiping it down, then I'm going to wipe it down with some lemon oil. Not going to bother worrying about the strings because, like I said, it sits up out here. I don't play this much anymore because I got my Fender, I got my Ibanez, I got my Dean, I got an LTD. So, that's the thing about these old guitars like this. And you kind of get attached to them. And it's kind of hard to get rid of them. Like I said, when I get done just wiping it down real fast with this old soft, I think they call them micro. Well, they call them micro fiber or something like that. I don't know. After I wipe it down, I'm going to put some lemon oil on it, and I ain't going to worry about stringing it. I just want to keep it, from getting in bad shape. Strings, you can always replace them. They're probably needs replacing anyway, but I'm not going to replace them. Just want to make sure that this mold and this scum or crud, whatever you want to call it, don't keep building up on it to the point that it changes the finish or ruins the finish. Even though it's like I said, it's a $125 guitar. But Johnson guitars, if you're starting out and you don't have a lot of money, they're worth the money easy. I mean, I wish that I'd had this. I wish this had been my first guitar, really. Because they're nice guitars. I mean, for the money. You could go buy you a Fender Squire or something like that, but like I said, you're going to have to pay the difference in money, and that's money you might not have. And of course, when I started out, learning to play guitar, we didn't have music stores. Well, we had one music store around, but it was kind of pricey. It's a good place, but you know, you have to pay for what you get. Like I said, I'm not going to do a fancy job on this. Just trying to get it clean. Keep it from running. Maybe somewhere along the line I'll find somebody that is just starting to get into guitar and might want it. Yep. I don't know what that is. It looks like kind of moldy to me. I'll have to wash my hands good when I get done. Yeah, this is just lemon oil. That's all I use. Let me get a rag and roll over that. Most of these fiber rags like this are really meant to keep your car clean, but they do so good, and they're so soft you don't have to worry about scratching any finish up. So that's what I'll use on it. It don't take much. This stuff goes pretty far. I've had this bottle for a fairly good time. I'm not going to put it on the plastic or the metal. I'm trying not to. It won't hurt it, but you know, it just leaves that greasy film. So there's no point doing that. You just want a thin, real thin coating. And I think I've said before, I don't claim to be an expert. I've done this for a while, messed around with guitars for a while, but I'm not gonna lie to you and say I'm an expert, because I ain't. I know a little, but that stuff wants to hang on there. I almost waited too long to get that stuff off there. I had the same problem with my car, or my car's out in the driveway. I'll get that mold or whatever it is on there, and I have a time getting it off. I've actually had to use bleach on my white car. Well, I used it on both of them. Straight bleach on my cars to get that stuff off. It gets that bad. It's just I live next to a hill, and there's plenty of trees. One thing about this lemon oil, it really makes your guitar shine. Of course, you don't want to put so much on there that it feels greasy when you pick it up, because that means you're going to transfer it to the fretboard. Of course, a little on the fretboard might make you play faster, I don't know. Play like greased lightning. But I had this guitar a while. And I've actually used this lemon oil on my fretboard just so that it wouldn't be so tacky. You know, when you're playing, you want it to be a little bit slick. You don't want your hands just... Of course, you don't want it all... You don't want it so much on there that it, you know, that you can feel it when you pick it up. That's not what I'm saying. But anyway, it's a whole lot better than it was when I started out. See, there's Johnson. But anyway, I use lemon oil and a soft microfiber rag to clean my guitars. Seems like it works best for me. I've got some guitar polish that I bought, but I went right back to the lemon oil. Anyway, I appreciate you watching.